Home shopping season is here. Whether you're buying a new home or are an existing homeowner, you're going to want to save on your policy. Home insurance doesn't have to be complicated when you opt for Allstate.
Check Allstate first and you could save $574 on your home insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Handsome, chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod. Chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod.
Cheers.
Welcome to the Handsome Pod. It's me, your friend Tig Notaro, and I'm sitting here with my co-host named...
Oh,
gosh, your names. What are your names?
Oh, God. You go, Fortune.
Fortune Feimster.
And as usual, May Martin messing it up.
No, we both just were excited to get in on that.
I was so excited.
To get in on that Handsome Pod.
Really looking forward to chatting with my friends.
On
You
the Handsome Pod.
guys, I've missed you.
And I you. And you.
And I you. And I also you as well.
And us we.
And
us we.
And us we. Yes.
We've been doing so much. Everybody's been all over the place.
I know.
We sure have been. Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
I know.
Then May showed up with a completely different look, which I can't even decide if we talk about or lure people to YouTube about.
I know.
I know.
A
Well,
darker do.
A darker do, if you don't mind, if you please. This to me.
And us we.
And us we.
Yeah.
I think this is vastly different to my usual look. This was like multiple conversations with production about dyeing my hair brown. I went nuts. I logged on today thinking gasps. I thought you guys would be like not recognizing me. And
It's
then
not
May.
it's crazy different.
May. I would never have noticed. Truly. Would never have noticed. But this is also coming from the person that used to have an office space. Maybe I've talked about this on the show. I had an office space underneath a coffee shop, and I'd go in and get my my coffee from the barista. And one morning after I was walking away to go down to my office, she said, "Aren't you going to mention, don't I look different?" And I was like, "I don't know." She said, "My hair is green."
Green.
Didn't even notice.
Wow.
Didn't
Oh my God.
even notice.
I'll be honest, I'm looking now at myself and I am realizing my hair is still blonde. And I've been, this is after numerous, tense conversations where I'm like, guys, this is dark hair for me.
Yeah.
And now I'm looking at it, I'm like, nah, they're right.
Well, this part of you is it's like still blonde. The sides are darker.
Sides are
You
darker.
mean the front part?
The front part, the Justin Bieber part.
I beg your pardon? You mean the May Martin part?
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
This like the flip. I don't know what to call it. That is still lighter.
You'd say still blonde, yes.
But the sides are definitely darker.
yeah.
I guess.
I think it's like I'm
They're not green.
I think I'm it's almost like I don't it's like I don't want it to resolve. Like I want this drama to continue because once it resolves, I have to focus on actually acting and preparing. And it's
how
kinda
are you
nice.
feeling?
I'm nervous, man. I'm really nervous. I just the whole thing's so embarrassing. The fact that you're paying people to pretend that they love you and things like that is very crazy.
Are you're paying people to pretend they love you?
Well,
That's
it's-
what this job is.
I get a check from May every month.
Wait,
I've been doing it for free.
I think I phrased that wrong. Just like the fact that I wrote it is embarrassing. So when you're running a scene with another actor and
Oh,
you're
I see.
like, yeah, I guess I did right.
In the
this.
show, someone has to love you.
Yeah.
What a tall order. You're so lovable.
Thanks, Fortune.
That's right.
I agree.
Actually, I that pause.
Well, you know what that pause was? Is I do love you, May.
Thank you. I love you too.
I have a different delivery, and I was really reflecting on that when Fortune said what she said, which I can't even remember what she said, but I was thinking like, wow, it's interesting because I love May too, but I just probably would deliver it differently.
Yeah.
Right.
And so that's what that was about.
I would deliver it like I would throw mine away a little bit. Like, nah, I love you guys. I don't think I don't.
love
you guys are great.
I find eye contact hard, which is hard for acting as well.
Well, I remember I was in a scene with Reese Witherspoon once, and I was supposed to be like her old kind of friend,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to link arms with her and just basically be like, "Hey, girl, what's going on?" And I was struggling so hard in that scene, and I kept saying, "I am sorry, this just does not come naturally to me."
You don't link arms.
Yeah, I was like, I'm uncomfortable touching you. I'm uncomfortable saying, "Hey, girl."
Oh my
And they were
God.
like, "Well, we could redo it in a different way." And I was like, "No, I'm going to challenge myself as an actor and try and link arms with Reese and say, "Hey, girl."
Hey, girl.
And if you want to see that scene, watch Your Place or Mine, and
That's
just
right.
know it took us a long time to get there.
I thought you were joking about the hey girl thing, but you literally had to say hey girl.
Something like that.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
I think I say hey girl a lot. Hey girl.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure you do.
I think mine stems from my love of Shania Twain's song "Man, I Feel Like a Woman." Just like that.
Let's go, girls.
And I've wanted to say "Let's go, girls" to her so many times.
I
I've
think
seen her
it on
randomly
the
out in the
list.
wild.
Thomas, put it on the list. We got to say that
Wait,
to
you've
Shania.
seen Shania Twain randomly out in the wild a bunch?
Twice.
Isn't that weird when there are people that you always cross paths with?
Yeah. I saw her and I wanted to say, "Let's go, girls." I'm sure she gets that a lot.
I don't think she's ever heard that.
But I couldn't make eye contact with her. And I was like, I need to make eye contact with her to be able to say this. You can't just say "Let's go, girls" to the back of Shania Twain's head.
Okay, here's what you say "Let's go, girls" to her. And then if I ever see her out in the wild, you know what I'm going to do?
What?
I don't care what angle I've got on her. I'm just
What'd
going to
you
go.
say?
Do you think it's like Pavlovian?
And then I'll go, "Let's go, girls."
No, I bet she can't help herself if someone does that. She has
true.
to go, she has to say, "Let's go, girls."
Oh my God.
I
She's
want to so
Canadian.
bad, and I saw her on two
Yeah,
different.
where are you seeing her?
I had a meeting down in Century City, and I saw her going into the elevator, and I almost ran and stood in the elevator, and I was like, "Well, that's creepy." So I contained myself, but then I saw her again after my meeting. She was leaving, and I was like, "This is my chance," and she walked by me and didn't make eye contact, and I was like, "Ah!" And then someone from her group was
Wow.
like, said hi to me, and I was like, I wanted to say, "Let's go, girls."
What if Shania was like, "Hey, Fortune, keep it handsome"?
Oh my
that would be
God. I just got goosebumps.
such an honor.
Well, one time Thomas and I were in Vegas together, and there were posters of her all over the place, and we were just having a joyful time, just doing "Let's go, girls." And
I love the idea of you and Thomas in Vegas.
I don't
Me
even know
too.
why we were there, honestly. Thomas, why were we in Vegas?
Was it? I want to
Star
believe
Trek
it.
convention.
Star
Right.
Trek.
Star Trek convention, right?
I wish it was Thomas's bachelor party and it was just you two in Vegas.
You're like, "So what do you want to do now?"
I'm trying to get everyone to take me seriously as an actor, and then I'm realizing as I'm talking to you guys, like, and I met the woman. Well, first of all, did I tell you this? I was hosting these awards. I never hosted awards.
Oh yeah, in
And
Canada.
Yeah, and I came
I
up
heard
with
you
this,
crushed
for who from?
from Jay Baruchel.
No.
I thought I texted you that. He said you were amazing.
That's
Did you
awesome.
see me light up there? Because you never know if you did.
Yeah,
well.
Wait, who's Jay Baruchel?
He's a very talented Canadian actor. He's been in a million movies. Like, you would know him if you saw him for sure.
I hope he's in a lot of Seth Rogen movies, and I was scared that I pissed him off because in my monologue I said Jay
Seth
Baruchel.
Rogen.
Yeah,
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Seth Rogen.
I thought you were saying Joe Rogan. I was like, is he doing movies now? I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
But yeah, so I did this bit where I was dressed like a worm, like a giant alien space worm from Dune. And I was that's like a big swing for me. I don't put on costumes and do weird things, And so I was really nervous. And I knew that the woman who's playing my wife in this show that I'm filming, that she was also presenting an award that night. And I was like, I just know as soon as I put on this anus looking space worm costume, I'm gonna meet this woman. And as soon as I put it on, she was like, hi, nice to meet you. I'm just trying to be taken seriously as an actor, and I'm dressed like a giant worm. And then
Pardon my butthole.
Yeah, exactly. I really did look like a giant butthole.
That is hilarious. Well, I saw pictures. You looked amazing as a butthole and all the other things. And you crushed.
Thanks, man.
Did you feel good about it when you did the because I didn't talk to Jay.
You didn't talk to Jay?
No.
I actually had a lot of fun. That Denis Villeneuve was getting a Lifetime Achievement Award. He directed Dune and Prisoners and all these movies. So it was pretty humiliating standing like dressed like a worm, begging him for a part.
Did you write that, or did you have writers that wrote that?
I wrote that bit. Yeah. But then, so that was me meeting this serious actor who I want to be. This is a thriller I'm in. And then I go and meet her at her costume fitting, and I go, I just become strange, because I'm like, I just want to make a good impression. I show up, I go, oh, hey. And she's like, oh, hi. And I go, how tall are you? Why did I say that? And then she goes,
how tall are you?
How tall are you? The first
How
thing
much
out
do
of
you
my mouth.
weigh?
And she goes, 5'3". And I go, oh, it's same as Sarah Michelle Gellar. And she goes,
hilarious.
Oh, have you worked with her? And I go, no.
And then you go, Mayfact.
like, why do I know Sarah Michelle Gellar's height?
What the F?
If I said Mayfact. I carry the
Shania
button
Twain walks by and says, Mayfact.
and I go, let's go, girls.
It's funny that all of us are doing these acting projects so far out of comedy.
I know.
Oh my
Jake
God.
is in Star Trek. I'm in this crazy action series. May
I
in a
know.
thriller. We're really showing range.
I know.
Yeah, how's it going for you?
Mine's great. It's so much work. All the stunts and action takes forever and a day.
Yeah.
I'm in Epsom salt baths often.
I heard someone, I think it was Jessica Biel or some actor saying that before the Met Gala or something, they took a bath in like pounds of Epsom salts. Like it was basically more salt than water.
Really?
And you lie in it shrivels you right up, and you lie in the salt, and it's like purifying.
I don't think I'm using enough.
You gotta
I'm not
fill
sure
How much you
up.
sprinkling in?
Just a little baby amount. I need to get the whole bag in there.
Yeah.
It's
not
really
a few.
fun, but I was like, give me more action this season, and they gave it to me, and I'm like, I'm old.
Right. When do you wrap?
In Toronto till the end of August, and then we film in Prague in
Ooh.
September.
Oh my God. Have you been to Prague?
I've never been. No,
It is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been
Really?
in my life. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
man.
excited.
Did you go there for Thomas's bachelor party? I want to go to Prague.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
You'll come with me.
Yeah, put it on the list.
I had a whole hair debacle myself because when I got to film, they colored my roots too dark, and I have to match last season. And so then they had to color correct my hair. It was a whole thing, and it took like hours and hours and hours. It was never quite right. And then I had to go back at the end of this block to try to get it redone, and now it's another different crazy blonde. So it's not quite right, but
Well, can I
been in
say
a chair
something?
for hours. Yes, please. You didn't notice.
Didn't notice. It's the exact same.
You should be a hair and makeup person on set, Tig. You're just like, I think it looks
I
good.
don't see any continuity issues here. My hair is orange.
If you're a homeowner who doesn't want to deal with switching your home insurance, we understand. You're busy and it feels so complicated. But with Allstate, getting a better rate is fast and simple.
Check Allstate first, and you could save $574 on your home insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state, based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
When my cats are healthy, they're happy, and that makes me happy. But since I'm not a mind reader, I don't always know when they're unwell. Helping me keep tabs on my cat's health is just one reason I use Pretty Litter.
Pretty Litter's ultra-absorbent crystals trap odor instantly. No more cat bathroom smell. Here's the coolest thing about Pretty Litter. It changes colors to help monitor early signs of potential illness in cats, including urinary tract infections and kidney issues.
My cat's health is so important, and just like with humans, early prevention is crucial. Pretty Litter is an amazing tool to help with that.
Pretty Litter helps keep tabs on your cat's health and keeps odors down. You and your cat are going to love Pretty Litter as much as we do. Go to prettylitter.com/handsome and use code handsome to save 20% on your first order and get a free cat toy. That's prettylitter.com/handsome, code handsome, of course, to save 20% and get a free cat toy. prettylitter.com/handsome, code handsome. Terms and conditions apply. See site for details.
You know, I notice so many things, but they're never helpful. Like I notice, I don't know, maybe that's the comedian in me or something, but like all of the things that are really obvious and glaring, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Didn't see it.
Are you
That's all right.
are you someone who's vigilant about like people's moods? Like, do you pick up on if people are a little off or
Me?
Or, yeah, or
I
really-
think so.
Yeah. Because some
But-
people are like, oh, I didn't notice that they were.
Yeah, I think sometimes though, I guess I can miss on that too, because sometimes I think I take most things at face value. And so if somebody's telling me they're not upset or if they're, I don't know.
That's probably a healthy way to be, because if everybody was just like really upfront, then that would be a good way to live. You just take everyone at face value. But we're all little chickens, so we're all like, yeah, I'm great.
yeah.
So if someone's like, I'm fine.
I mean, if they're of course
Fortune,
acting,
why did that
acting
turn
like
me on?
that. Oh my
Fortune-
God. Of course it did, May.
I don't know. There's
Guys,
something.
my acting is pretty amazing.
It was so the way you looked down. It
fine.
was very passive aggressive, and it made me just want to like work for your approval.
It made May want to touch your boob.
yeah.
Big.
My man boobs.
It made me
Get
wanna-
in on these moves.
moves.
Is that what you say to Jax? Get in on these moves?
I do actually. I refer to them as moobs quite often. I had to actually, speaking of serious acting, once in an acting class, I had to kiss a boy on the mouth for like I know, for like a minute, and that felt like a lifetime.
Wait, a solid minute?
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Hold on. My first kiss was 5 minutes.
What do you mean?
5. Wow.
Yeah. My
a long kiss.
childhood friend, we reconnected as teenagers after we were like in elementary school and our parents were really close.
Yeah.
And so I think everybody was just considering us like still children.
Yeah.
So he spent the night with me and we had never kissed anybody. So he spends the night and we kiss and we watched my clock the whole time we kissed. And we were trying to break a world's record.
No. Okay.
You're smooching with one eye on the clock.
Oh, both of us had both eyes on the clock. There was not
Wow.
even one closed. But anyway, go ahead.
That's so funny though that you were like, it kind of turns it into like quite a bro-y thing. Like, dude,
Yeah.
we're gonna break this record, kid. Like it takes
We're
any.
doing this, man.
For sure.
No
Wait,
tongue.
so Fortune, why did you have to kiss this man?
I was in an acting class, and
Because she's a serious actor.
I'm a
May.
serious actor, May. I don't know why. I think that the teacher could tell. By the way, it was comedy acting. It was like sitcom. It wasn't even like I was doing a part from like a serious movie, and she could tell. I guess I was uncomfortable with like I don't even know how it came up
Moves.
with moves. And this guy had just started this like horror movie that was like a huge hit, kind of out of nowhere. And she was like, I'm going to do an acting exercise with you two. I'm going to have you two kiss. And we were like, what? What? This is literally a sitcom.
That's not an acting.
Maybe she was a
exercise.
perv.
I don't know, but And he was kind of like, what? And I was like, what? But we, the like rule
my
follower
God.
in me was like, okay. So in front of the entire class, we had to kiss on the mouth.
Oh my God.
Thank God, no tongue.
Wait,
And-
where else would you have kissed for the kissing exercise?
Just on the tip.
Poor Jean-Marie.
And the class just watched as we kissed for no reason. It wasn't even in the script
For a full minute.
for like a minute.
She must have had a crush on both of you. And
Yeah,
been
I
like,
don't know.
she was a full-on May
So
going.
put that in your
Hey,
spank bank.
I'd like
Wait.
a piece of this one and that one, and I can't have it, so I'm going to have them hook it up right now.
And then I
Oh
could never
my
make eye
God.
contact with that guy again.
Yeah, of course not.
And was he chasing your skirt after that?
I think he was just like, what the fuck is Los Angeles? He did not sign up for this. He's like, I'm kissing this one over here.
He packed up his trailer and went back home.
He's like, I just started a horror movie.
Yeah, did he become famous? Like, was it
No,
Anthony Hopkins?
No, it like the movie was huge. I honestly don't remember the movie. It's what how like all of a sudden a horror movie made for like $100,000 becomes
Yeah.
like this ginormous success. It was like one of those, and then you never
Oh
hear
my
about it
God.
again.
That my friend was in an acting class in her 20s, and
Wait, was it
just,
Chucky?
was it, you were
Were
kissing the doll?
Chucky? Okay, go ahead. Sorry, man.
My friend was in an acting class in her 20s, and it was just her and it was a rehearsal, and it was her and the male actor and the director, and the scene was that he had to like push her against the wall and kiss her, and the director goes, okay, I'll be the wall.
What?
Yeah, and then she said, I quit.
Why are
Yeah.
people weird?
People are weird, but I'll be the
I'll
wall
be
is the
the
lame.
wall.
I know.
I haven't heard that one before.
I'll be the wall.
I'll be the wall that has no pants.
You're gonna
Yeah.
lay on the floor. I'm the floor.
Yeah, ridiculous.
I'll be the mattress.
That was my only time kissing a boy, I think.
No,
Yeah.
your
Or
whole
no,
life.
wait, I kissed a childhood friend when we were really little, and then I did touch. I've told you this. I touched
Yeah.
one wiener, but that was no kissing involved.
If
Yeah.
you want to
That was
get
too intimate.
you you got to get your numbers up by introducing spin the bottle at parties. That's
Well,
what I
now
do.
I'm married. I mean, I don't know if Jax is going to be pumped about me going, Jax,
I want to
I
get
got
my
to get my
numbers up.
numbers up with these dudes.
But I mean, how much would she really care if you're kissing guys? Would
well,
she?
she's a germ gal. She wouldn't want me kissing anybody on the mouth.
right.
yeah,
right.
I could kiss hands.
I feel like
Kiss hands.
Stephanie.
No, actually, she wouldn't like that either. Germs.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. A lot
Yeah.
of germs.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're stuck.
Yeah. So no. Sorry, all the boys out there.
If you kissed one person, do you think Jax would leave you?
I don't think so.
Okay. Good.
I wouldn't leave her. I wouldn't leave her.
Yeah.
What about you, Tig?
No, I would not. We would definitely, probably have some conversations about like, what are the feelings here? What's
Yeah.
what are you wanting? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just interesting to.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Where people's lines are.
Well,
I would
yeah.
just not. I in the past would have really been like, yeah, great, and now I'm like, I just wouldn't want to know. If I wouldn't, I wouldn't freak out if I knew, but I'd just feel like, nah. If you
Yeah.
do what you got to do and just don't tell
Do
me.
what you got to do.
I think
Yeah.
I've said before. I told Parv, like, if you're on a cruise
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
and
cruise
you pull into
hotbed for that.
Portugal, yeah, and
A lot
there's
of
some,
germs there.
a lot of germs on a cruise,
You're in
and
that
you're
Lido
like,
deck.
there's some sailor in Portugal, and you feel like if I don't sleep with this sailor this one night, then like
Yeah.
I'll regret it on my deathbed. I think I've told her, like, just sleep with a sailor. Don't
Yeah.
tell me.
But don't you think there will always be another sailor?
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, interesting
Not
point,
that-
Tig.
Keep her away from the
I didn't
ports.
think about the next sailor.
Well, let's start thinking about
I'm only
the
thinking
next
about-
sailors.
I'm only thinking about the sailor in front of us.
I'll tell you what, I saw a fireman yesterday. That
You
is,
love firemen.
Yeah, you
I
do.
mean, you guys, it was exactly my dream fireman. He had the mustache
Oh.
that I like.
You
yeah.
and
like a
he-
handlebar?
not like the curly handlebar that goes up like, oh,
Not like,
I'm
"Hello."
rolling my handlebar mustache looking at you. I like the
I
one.
made my own kimchi to play with my Dungeons and Dragons.
Is that what a handlebar mustache person says?
Yes.
I would never have put any of that together. But anyway, this man had the mustache that goes over the lip and down to the chin.
The
And-
Hulk Hogan, yeah.
Whew. Well, no, Hulk Hogan is nowhere near my type, even if he put a fire out. This guy,
Tick's type, kind of on the Hulk Hogan side.
you've seen Stephanie, right? She's baffled by me thinking that is an attractive look.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely baffled. Shouldn't get it
Because it's very dude.
Oh my God, it's so. I mean, he's so masculine and like muscular and mustachy, and I was like, holy Lord, look at this guy.
And you pretended to faint again?
No, I pretended to not care.
When really you were
Don't look at him, don't
raring
look
to-
at him, don't look at him.
Yeah, but then on the other side of it, my real type is I do like whoever you are in this world. I do like a writer and
An artsy,
a funny person.
Someone
or-
making
yeah.
kimchi. I'm just making my kimchi.
Oh, what is this kimchi in my mustache?
I gotta say, this like being long distance for the next 3-4 months is gonna be the longest I've gone in my whole life, like probably without
touching a boob.
Yeah, like
Or
it's-
anything really.
or anything.
Because you
yeah.
grab at whatever's in the bag, right?
I'm a grab bagger.
Yeah. You're a grab bagger. And so how is that? I mean, isn't Parvati coming out to see you or what? Like
She came out and she brought
Your little roommate?
daughter. Yeah, my little roommate, and we had a week. It was so fun and hilarious, and then she's gonna come out next weekend. But then she's away filming stuff this summer, so it's gonna be weird. I don't know. We just have to go wild when she's here, I think.
Yeah, Jackson and I were apart for a while.
Oh, you were? How long's the longest you guys have gone?
3 weeks was this run.
It's
And
hard,
that felt
man.
long.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm at 3 weeks now, and it's brutal.
it's really tough. I don't know. I feel like I've maybe done 5 weeks or something, and that is it's not fun. And it's like Stephanie and our little cubs and then our kitty city. My heart aches over all of them. Like if you sit me down, you mentioned Stephanie, Max, Finn, or any of our 3 individual kitties, I'm like,
Burst
oh
into-
God.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh God.
Was the
It's
5
rough.
weeks you were like filming and stuff?
I think I was touring and then popping over to Europe. And then doing my special. It was just like a really long chunk, and that kind of ran me into the ground a bit with stand up. And I'm slowly trying to shake it off.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't feel like grounded when I'm gone too long.
Yeah, your lifeblood kind of drains away. And is this are we all really codependent, or is this normal?
Well, that's what's so incredible. What I was talking to Stephanie about is not, I mean, whether it's codependent or not, or if you just love your family, but I was telling Stephanie, like, what an incredible feeling to miss your family and your loved ones, to not be like, oh God, or oh, I'm so glad they're gone, or
oh my God, yeah. Because I'm
It's-
sure we've all been in relationships where you're like, nice to have some time to myself, and which but yeah, this
I think a lot of times I didn't even think about it. I was just like,
Yeah.
I'm going on the road, or I'm working,
Yeah.
and that was that. And I was like, what's the big deal? And now I'm like, oh, this was the big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a privilege to miss someone. It's
Aw.
somebody said that grief is just love in another form. Oh, that got sad.
Oh.
But you know what I mean. Anyways,
All right. Well, on that note, should we hear what our I don't even remember how to get into this show. What were you going to say, May?
well, actually, maybe that's a good segue, because I just said something pretty profound and emotional, and
Yeah, you
our
did.
questioner today I think we're all pretty excited about. I would say this person's, we're all kind of in love with her. Would you say?
Fortune, are you a fan?
I have become a more recent fan. I will not lie. I did not know about her until more recent years.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, and now I'm very impressed
I'm jealous
with
that you
what
get
I've
to.
read and seen.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Yeah. Her books on relationships and her podcast. Yeah. She's a genius.
Yeah, her TED Talk. Have you seen her TED Talk?
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
just hearing her speak, I was so enamored when I first stumbled upon her. And of course, she's been writing and speaking for quite a while, and Oprah had been elevating her. I just missed it. I just missed it somehow. And, but I was truly like, whoa, I really thought I discovered her. And and then I looked down and she had like 5 billion views. And I was like, oh, I guess I'm not onto
she's
her.
changed the way I think about a lot of things. And she's just like a very,
Me too.
just those people who have like a deep kind of understanding of the human condition and so much empathy and are so articulate. And
She is so smart. It's stupid.
It's stupid how
smart this
is.
woman is. I think she speaks 9 languages.
Are you serious?
I think you guys-
Fluently.
I think you guys
Fluently.
want to kiss her.
Yeah.
I do.
If
I
that
do.
sailor's getting kissed,
I do always say she is my
Esther's
celebrity
getting kissed.
crush. She is.
Yeah.
I know I say Carrie Russell is, but
Yes.
I've never heard her talk. Whereas I could listen to our guest questioner today. I could listen to her talk forever.
Should we say who it is? I mean, I feel like people. No, anyway.
Let's not mention that.
Today's questioner is an acclaimed psychotherapist, author, and podcast host known for her book Mating in Captivity, which is amazing. If you're having the sailor dilemma, you got to read that book.
Oh.
And her podcast, Where Should We Begin, is incredible. Esther Perel is asking today's question.
Yes.
I'm Esther Perel. I'm a psychotherapist, an author, and the host of the podcast Where Should We Begin? My question: if you could whisper something in the ears of your younger self, what would it be?
I wish she'd whisper something in the ears of my younger self. You know what I mean?
she's like, I don't need y'all to introduce me. I'm introducing myself.
I just love her voice is so
It
amazing.
is so great.
Wait, what was the question? Whisper to our younger self?
Yeah, what would you whisper to your younger self?
Oh, I love that. It's got to be a whisper.
Yeah,
Can you hear me? Do you know right off the bat what you would whisper into your younger?
Gosh.
I'm interested, like, what age you'd want to talk to. What age of you would you go back to?
Well, there's a part of me that was like, when I first heard this, that thought like I would go back to my younger self and say like, you're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Like, but then part of me
But
wonders,
what younger self?
like probably high school when things were a little chaotic then, and my family was in a bit of a mess, and so part of me is like, oh, I want to comfort my younger self, because I think those were the times where it seemed like the most dysfunction was happening. But then I think, well, did that difficulty make me work harder? Did it make me
What if you said that to you? Said, listen, you're gonna be famous, girl, and then you got so overconfident as a teen that you were like, cool, fuck everyone, and then and then you became
a loser,
a pariah.
Yeah, because I think I've talked about it before. I feel like those difficulties, led me to this path, and working hard and being who I am is a big part of having gone through that difficult time. But there was a part of my childhood where it did feel like, man, this is rough. This is a hard time. And is my family ever going to be normal? Are we going to be good? Are we going to be able to pay the bills? There was all this. I didn't have peace in high school. So part of me wants to like go back to that girl and just be like, you're gonna figure it out. Everyone's gonna be fine.
Link arms with her and say, hey, girl.
Yeah. At least give her a little hug.
Oh man, that's nice. I bet you would have got along. Like, do you think you were funny then? Like, did you have a sense of humor? Like, you could have had a laugh?
I definitely, I definitely had a sense of humor. It would come out in spurts. So I wasn't like always the class clown. I wasn't like always seeking attention or trying to be the funny one, but I had my moments where I took center stage and then went back and retreated and was quiet and shy. So I definitely had humor for sure, but I didn't lead with humor in the way that I do now.
Would you guys rather, this is a slight diversion, but would you rather go back in time to a moment of your life, like to your younger self, or to somewhere random in history, like that you get to pick, like not the Titanic, you don't want to be there, but like Woodstock or something?
Yeah, I'd probably want to go back to a more historic time than my childhood.
Yeah, that'd be exciting, right?
Yeah, I would whisper to my younger self, go do something cool.
Well, it's interesting because she said your younger self, and so that could be 5 years ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it could be yesterday.
Yeah, because I'm not even thinking about my childhood, because that was just a circus. I don't think anyone whispering in my ear would have helped me, including I would have been like, that is false information and there's no world I'm getting out of this alive. But yeah, I don't know when it would be, but I've probably talked about this on the show, but one of my biggest regrets was not taking seriously my health.
Yeah, yeah.
And I talk about it all the time, and I apologize if it's boring, but it's like, I'm 53, and even though I'm like, for the most part, on the other side of a lot of health struggles, it's not gone. And it's a game of Jenga, and I'm constantly at doctor's appointments. I'm constantly meeting with different doctors. And it's so frustrating because you need to have a medical degree to have any understanding of the complications that I've gone through and so many people have gone through. And so much could have been avoided if it's that thing of like, when you have your health, you don't take it as seriously. And then when you lose it, it's hard to get it back. You know, it's really hard.
Even, I mean, illness for sure. And then even like little careless injuries that then you have your whole life. And
yes.
You're like, if I wish, like I went tobogganing and kind of messed up my back when I was 15. It still bothers me. It's like, oh, that's so irritating.
But then you want to live your life.
But were you not always, you seem so health conscious to me. I'm sure a lot of that is because of where you're at, but you weren't that way?
No, that's solely from
really
what happened in 2012. I did not, I did things like, I quit smoking when I was 25, and I also would do long distance cycling, but I wasn't doing that for health. I would cycle 100 miles a day across France, or from, Montreal to Portland, Maine. And I did stand up in Portland, Oregon, and cycled up to Seattle and did a show in Seattle. And it was just trying to push myself, my headspace. And
to me, that speaks of like, you're running from, like, you are chasing some high there, or some there's some energy or ambition in front of yourself that you're just like, I got more, like I got to chase something.
Well, I feel like when I started doing long distance cycling, I was working in production jobs, and I was an open mic comedian, and I wanted to make the leap from that world to full-time comedian. That was the thing that I did, was I quit my job. I got a credit card for the first time, and I just tried to bridge that gap of like, I'm going to get out of my day job, and I'm going to free my headspace and spend the day cycling, not doing anything other than just thinking and seeing the road and the scenery. And then when
that sounds good. I'm like salivating.
Yeah. When I finish this ride, I'm going to start all new and go full time as a comedian. And I did. And I used that credit card to bridge that gap. But it was never about my health. It was like the psychological element of it. But now as I, am constantly juggling doctor's appointments and medications and, this causes potential depression or bloating or, all of these different things that medications can cause. And then sifting through, do I really need to take this medication? No, this one is actually helpful. This is not necessary. Or more digging, this causes this and that. And all of those things I go back to, man, I wish I would have really looked at the importance of the food I was eating and actually exercising every day and and not smoking. I smoked for so long. But anyway, that's what I would definitely whisper in my ear.
Honestly, now that you say that, I would like to also whisper to my childhood self to eat more fruit and vegetables because I think I would naturally like them more.
Yeah.
I think there's so many angles to go on this. Part of me is like, I want to go back to, it was a few months ago when Fortune told me about the game Best Fiends on my phone.
Oh no, are
And-
you hooked?
Dude, I've mentioned it before, but like
you
it's
texted me finding out the name of it. So you
yeah,
sought it
I
out.
did. I sought it out.
What is it?
It's just
It's like a Candy Crush,
It's
but
like
it's
a
very
phone game, but I am like,
addicting.
it feels like if I have a sort of subconscious to-do list in my brain, and now that game is on that list, and it's like,
Oh no.
even when I get into bed, I'm going to sleep, I'm like, gotta play for an hour, Best Fiends,
Yeah.
and I'm playing. It's like a real compulsion now, so that would be one thing. I know I can just delete it.
It's
I
not
should
even
just-
an ad on this podcast.
But that's recent.
It
You
was an
just
ad
got
on my old podcast.
That was like a few episodes ago, a few months ago. Fortune said, I've been playing Best Fiends. Don't download it. If you're listening to this, please listen to me. Listen to my
May
whisper.
texted me like, "What's the name of that again?"
Yeah.
And so wait,
seeking
Fortune,
it
you
out.
play it all the time too?
Yeah, because I think because my brain is always going in overdrive. I'm
Same.
always thinking, and I find that when I'm playing this game, I don't think about anything. And so sometimes I play it to just shut everything down.
It's dopamine though, and it's I think if you have like an addictive person, it's like this gentle wash of like just to calm your thought.
Don't put your
process
credit
down.
card in there though,
Oh, I would never put
Okay.
my credit.
Wait,
I only,
why? What's going on with the credit card?
Well,
because then you can pay for more turns. It's better to like just run out of turns and then you put your phone down.
And wait a second, Thomas is nodding and smiling. Have you played this, Thomas?
I haven't, but it's just, I've gotten into like Candy Crush or something
Yeah.
like that. And just that
yeah.
arc of getting addicted to a game like that.
It's
I think
so
many
crazy.
people have fallen into that.
You know, it's funny. I thought Candy Crush was like a bug. Like I thought or, you know what I mean? Like on a computer, like a virus.
Oh, like
Yeah, because I would get things when I was on Facebook. I would get like, oh, so and so asked you to play Candy Crush, and I was like, okay, I'm not clicking on that.
You're
That's
like, that
probably a
can't be
virus.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
you're like, that can't be one of my friends because my friends are adults, and that's a child's game.
Yeah.
It's so that's one thing.
So yes, go back and whisper to yourself.
Bitcoin is another. Go back and say invest in Bitcoin, and then
Is it still up?
no, but I would have got out. At the right
you would have
time.
gotten in and out. Gotcha.
I would have gotten in and out like Ashton Kutcher, and then I guess, of course, like my teen. But I'm like you, Fortune. I'm like I think I had to have a troubled teen experience, but I don't know. There's a couple. Yeah, I would have shaken myself, been like, "You little rat."
You little rat.
Yeah. I think I would have been deeply irritated by myself. That's why I'd rather go back to Woodstock or something.
Yeah.
Actually, when Parv came to visit, should I share this?
Absolutely.
That means you should.
I'm trying to think if she'll be annoyed. Well, I already told you guys about.
Absolutely.
I told you about our role play of the captain and the cabin boy.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
So-
of course.
Yeah, and she wasn't that mad about that, so I think she
Wait, she wasn't that mad? So she was a little mad.
She was.
I know
like,
Jackson's always like, "What did you say about me on the Handsome Pod?" I'm like, I don't know.
I know. I got a text from Amanda Klutz going, "Oh my God, I just listened to your episode, like where I was saying that Stephanie thought she was who I would have a crush on."
Oh yeah.
Oh
And
my God.
I was like, we forget what we say on
I have
episodes.
no idea what I say.
Yeah, and I told Stephanie, and she was like, you said that? And I was like, oh my God. But I
like,
talked about that in front
yeah?
of Amanda with Stephanie. So it's,
Okay.
but
I
I
mean-
guess she was thinking for the whole wide world.
That's
with
hilarious.
Parv, I was like, I get, that you're you can be annoyed, but when Parv went to Pride this year for the first time since being out and was mobbed by women calling her the captain, I'm like,
no, for
yeah,
real?
or just people like, I think, yeah. So I was like,
Oh
anyway, about
my
our new-
God, that's so funny what catches on.
I know.
I know.
But speaking of
captain, I'm going to call her the captain now.
call her the
too.
captain.
I didn't
she'll
even
lose it.
remember, of course, but now I remember.
Our new one is and keep in mind we're laughing as we're doing this, but
Yeah, right.
it kind of relates to time travel because it's called the Neanderthal and the time traveling woman. So it's the idea is that Parv is a time traveler and she accidentally goes back to Neanderthal times, and I'm this caveman.
Oh my
now
God.
I'm not a bad guy, but I'm a dum-dum, and I'm like a
Yeah.
woman, you know what I mean? And
Oh
then
my God,
I'm like
this
a
is role
blunt
play?
instrument. Yeah. And she's sort of like,
And this leads to sexy time?
You touch a boob right after.
Oh, woman.
I'm like a kind of like
I've never seen woman before.
And do you
Yeah.
speak like that to her?
sort of.
Yes. Yes. Let's hear a little.
And Parvati's like, I'm just a time traveler.
Yeah.
How did I get here? And so wait, she lands in your cave.
She lands near my cave. I pick her up.
Not
I
in the cave, Tig. Near the
Okay.
cave.
Near the
the
cave.
cave. Okay.
I throw her over my shoulder. I drag her into my cave.
Let's hear a little of the pillow
Oh.
talk with the Neanderthal. Come
It's
on.
like, it's just like
Me, horny.
Yeah, it's kinda like, it's more an energy than a dialogue.
I want to hear it.
Oh, it's like the rough and tumble thing.
And just being like a kind of like I've won. I don't know, whatever. Anyway,
What do you mean, whatever? We're already neck deep.
I regret bringing it up.
I don't regret
with
anything.
the captain and the cabin boy. That's all you need to say is
The Captain
is
and the Cowboy
name.
is pretty iconic.
It's pretty clear. Yeah. So now we'll leave it at the time traveling woman and the Neanderthal.
Wow. I hope every episode we learn about a new
Role play.
role play.
Yeah.
Jackson and I need to step it up.
It's a real creative partnership.
Oh yeah, you guys are both very creative. That's what I love is that y'all are on the same page. You both want to play these roles.
Weird little horn dogs.
Yeah, you little horn dogs. By the way, I never told you guys this. Jackson and I, were grand marshals of the Chicago Pride
fuck.
Parade.
How was it?
Super fun. I had a t-shirt made that's like our muscle tee,
Yeah.
but it's a regular tee because I didn't want to show off my rock hard
Your guns.
guns.
Yeah.
And it said "Keep it handsome," and it had the
Oh yeah,
rainbow
I saw
across.
that on Instagram.
And as we were going through the parade route, I saw handsome hats, and someone
Really?
had a sign up that said "You're a handsome butthole."
Oh my god.
I was like, oh, I must say the word butthole a lot.
That is hilarious.
So that was, and it was fun to hear people yell, "Keep it handsome!" As we were
Yeah.
going through the parade route. It was fun.
I'm excited for when we do our live show. If anyone has like funny signs in the audience, this is we should issue a challenge. Like make a sign.
Make a sign.
Wait, what if we have an entire theater full of signs and no one can see
No one
anything?
can see.
That's true.
People
That's
can
true.
still buy their live stream tickets for that too if they want to.
Yeah.
Let's keep our signs to a certain size. What is the size? Like a piece of paper.
Piece of paper.
Yes.
Like a Post-it.
Or a huge flag.
Yeah.
And I hope people are thinking of their questions they want to ask us because listeners who buy the live stream ticket can also ask us questions.
Yeah, have a watching party with your pals and live stream it and
a summer party. This is a time for a summer party.
Absolutely.
Wear your muscle tees, your Keep It Handsome muscle tees.
sip on a Caesar with Mott's Clamato.
Yeah, or an Aperol spritz. I love an Aperol spritz.
Oh yeah, me too.
Should we hear what Esther says?
Esther.
I often have thought that if I had the confidence of today with the looks of then, but my younger self was crippled with self-doubt and a lack of self-confidence. And I always thought that when you become confident, you're sure of things. And what I learned is that what I would say to my younger self is that confidence is actually the ability to see yourself as flawed, as imperfect, and still hold yourself in high regard. That's a different definition. What would you whisper?
Wow.
Everything she says changes my life. It's like she's just
You know
rattling
what
it off.
drives me crazy? I met her in person in New York. She did my old podcast. And all I wanted was to know everything about her and her
Yes.
personal life, her relationship with her children. And she
Yes.
is a steel trap on that.
She doesn't talk about that
No. And I'm just like, come on, lady, give it up. I mean, that would be the most insane episode that anyone could get out of Esther Perel, to just share everything.
Everything, childhood. Yeah.
Or I want to at least know who her best friend is and then have coffee with them and be like, come on.
That's surprising. So many people these days want to share everything about themselves, and the fact that she's kept it under wraps.
She's a psychotherapist, right? So that she's trained to.
But she all these incredible ideas and these you push yourself in a relationship to these new boundaries that you've never reached before. If you believe what she's saying and you follow these ideas, and then it would be just so interesting to hear like, well, yeah, I struggle with that too. And actually I'm very, I can't implement that myself or, you know.
That would be super interesting. Yeah.
It is interesting that she's talking about her confidence now is so much higher. I find that to be true too. Like
me too. Yeah.
And I was a probably better looking version of myself back then, and thinner, and did not have the confidence that I do today.
Yeah. You just get more comfortable with yourself, don't you? Should we all try to do her voice, or is that, I mean, it would be an homage, not an impersonation. Can I try?
Sure, please.
What would it, hang on. What would it be like to say that to her right now?
That was pretty good.
How would it be to hear this? How was that?
I thought it was pretty good.
I bet she would think it was terrible.
Oh, she's probably, I don't think she's listening to this episode.
She's listening. Oh, she's listening. She loves this podcast. She learned so much from us. I of course don't think she ever would listen to this, but here's mine.
Sure she's listening.
Where should we begin?
Hey,
that's all I can do.
That was very good.
Confidence is accepting your faults. I'm going into a Russian accent.
Yeah, that was sort of.
I think she's got some of that in her.
What is her?
I think she's from Belgium. I think
Belgium.
Belgium.
You want French fries with mayonnaise? Is that good?
I wasn't listening. I was thinking about Esther Perel and
see
where she's
from. When is Oprah going to elevate us? You know,
never.
Yeah.
What is her Super Soul Sunday? Have these three clowns.
It's a handsome Super Soul Sunday.
Yeah. She's like, no, you
get a boob. You get a boob. You get a boob. What?
She's like, no, you were talking about, just some of your butthole fortune. And when I heard that,
I was like, oh God, all the things I've said on here. Maybe we can get Gail King to give us a question at some point.
I don't think we could even get that close.
I've met Gail several times.
I've met Gail too, but I don't think she's going to do handsome. I think when you're that close to Oprah, you got to be really particular about your yeses.
Gail's pretty fun. I saw her at the Titanic musical.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that musical in New York City? It's a very funny comedy about the Titanic, and it uses all Celine Dion songs, and it is so campy, so funny.
How much time do you think has to pass after a tragedy to make a fun musical about it?
Time has passed.
I know. I'm joking.
We're good.
It's true though.
It's so funny though. It's an off-Broadway musical in New York,
And what is it called?
Titanic,
Okay.
because it's Celine Dion's saying Titanic.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all know I'm obsessed with Celine.
I love Celine too. Can you sing My Heart Will Go On?
And my heart will go on and on.
Hey, that was good. It's been a
Thank
while
you.
since you've sung to us, Fortune.
I know, you guys.
Oh, you know what I forgot to tell you?
What?
What?
This isn't like huge breaking news, but it was such a fun, handsome thing out in the wild. I was traveling, went into a coffee shop. The barista said, "Hey, I was just listening to the latest Handsome episode. And also, I know your coffee order."
Whoa.
Yeah, she was like, quad decaf oat milk latte.
Oh my god! Oh, because you said it on the
Yeah,
pod?
I guess so, clearly.
No.
And I said,
Amazing.
absolutely. However, I have switched over to soy from oat milk.
Mhm.
Oh, you
So-
have?
Did you tell her that the Handsome Pod now has our own coffee?
I didn't bring that up because I just didn't want to get into like what kind of roast and
You're like,
where
what
is
kind
it
of
from?
beans you just selling
Yeah.
out there?
Yeah.
Well, we love her. We love that she knows your order, and hopefully her shop starts selling Handsome coffee.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think they
And
have their
and
own.
not their own.
No, they have their own. I can confirm that. And go check out all things Esther Perel, because also I want to say her podcast, you can read the description of an episode and think, oh, this isn't going to apply to me. This is a couple that has a 30-year difference between them. Or, oh, this is a trans couple. Or, oh, this is whatever it is. You are wrong because every episode you can find yourself in there, and
Yeah.
it's just so incredible. So I
Yeah.
cannot emphasize enough.
I just this morning was listening to one about like erectile dysfunction. I was like, I'm all in.
You're like,
Sign me
that's
up.
me. That's me.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, go to our social media page and get a ticket to watch our live stream show from Toronto, where we're going to be reunited, the three of us in the flesh.
It's August 24th, but the link lasts for a whole week.
Yeah. So you don't have to watch it live.
Yeah.
You can get your ticket and then you can pick a time to have your handsome watch party.
But it's the only time that you can see this show because it will not become another Handsome episode.
That's right.
Yeah. Wax up your handlebar mustache.
And your
Yes,
bush.
please.
Bring your kimchi.
Fortune.
What did you say, Fortune?
And you said wax up your handlebar mustache, and I also said and your bush. Just in case Oprah was listening.
Yeah.
That's a real good Super Soul Sunday in that we got just now. Thank you,
Super Soul
Fortune.
Sunday. Sorry, Oprah. I know I need to be more ladylike, but maybe Oprah has this kind of humor.
I bet she's filthy.
Filthy,
bet
dirty
she's-
girl.
I bet her and Stedman are doing
Oprah,
the
you
time traveling
dirty
woman.
Girl.
Fortune, now you're blowing our chances for being a part of Super Soul Sunday or being on the cover of Oprah magazine. All of that.
I already told Gail I want to go on a hike with her and Oprah. She said, give me your information. I gave her my email and my phone number. I haven't heard
How
from
was
her.
the hike? Oh.
I think she might have lost the piece of paper.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well,
Yeah.
Oprah will hear this. She'll get in touch. And
Yeah.
that's
But then I saw Gail at Titanic and she said Fortune. So she at least knows my name. I'll start with that. We'll work our way up to the hike with Oprah. And while we're on the hike, I'll say, Oprah, do you want to ask Handsome a question?
Oh my god.
No, I don't. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I want to remind people, if you haven't seen the movie Am I Okay that Stephanie and I directed, please check that out. It has done so well. And so thanks for everyone that's watched that movie. And for those that haven't, check it out. You'll see me in a wig.
Yeah, so
Oh my
funny.
God.
You were very funny in that.
Oh, well, thank you.
I have nothing to plug except get hyped for the show I'm filming now. Wayward.
Get hyped.
Get hyped. And what else? Yeah, I got my special SAP on Netflix. And then just this handsome live shows where all my focus is at.
Oh, I think I have some shows where I'm going to be working out new material in Toronto, I think right after our live shows. So,
Nice.
And then when I'm back in LA, just check my website because all of my my shows at Largo or Dynasty Typewriter, I think I'm doing Comedy Bar in Toronto, just doing some small shows, working out some new material and having a grand old time.
Amazing.
And check out my special, Hello Again, on Amazon.
Yeah, I don't have any live shows, but if you want to watch more specials, check out Sweet and Salty and Good Fortune on Netflix, and you can get familiar with Fubar Season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm gonna binge it so that I'm ready for when the season.
That's
comes
right.
out. Yeah,
It's kind of like a throwback. It reminds me of like an action series from the 90s.
yeah,
It's
I like
fun.
that.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, what another
this was-
handsome episode.
Very handsome episode.
What a podcast.
It was heavenly.
What a podcast. Well, until next time.
Keep it handsome.
Home insurance is complicated. You want the best insurance for the best price. That's where Allstate can help. They make it easy to switch and save money today.
Check Allstate first and you could save $574 on your home insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.